Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to our 2020 musical announcement. I'm really pumped about this, but I'm not going to tell you right away. Because what good would a video be if I told you right away? But I'll get to it quick, after a couple of quick announcements. First of which is to say thank you to everyone for this past year. My first year directing the musical, I can't even begin to describe how grateful I am to all of you, students, parents, volunteers, faculty and staff at the school. You all were fantastic. I think we had an amazing year. The musical was incredible. The reviews have been great, and it all has to do with you, and very little has to do with me. I'm only as good a director as I'm surrounded by people, and you all are incredible. And I'm happy to be doing this again this coming year, and hopefully for a few years to come. So with that in mind, we've been thinking very hard about what show to do this year and how that would build for, again, years to come. I have to think like a coach like that. So thank you for your input on the 5 shows that we put in front of you in the survey. Your input was extremely valuable. You might be surprised, however, at the result of everything. So before I announce the name of the show for 2020, I'm going to give you just a quick piece of background. This show was not on our radar screen until very late in the process. So late in the process that it was not included on your list of 5. I have to give credit where credit is due. The show was brought up by Mrs. Gould as a latecomer into the process, and I'm glad she did. For a lot of reasons, I think this is the right fit for us for this year. I will say it's going to require some work. Some of you might look at this show and say, oh my goodness, I'm not sure I can do that, but I promise you can, or we wouldn't have picked this show. So a quick piece of background about the show itself. This show actually debuted as a film, a book, and then a film, but the film debuted in 1933. It's been around a while. But it was not a Broadway show until 1980. So the cool part of this is this show will be the 40th anniversary of when it opened on Broadway. It won the Tony Award for Best Musical in '81. It came back as a revival in 2001 and won the Tony Award for that. It was a revival on the West End in London in 2017. It won the award for Best Revival in London for that. It's a classic. So without further ado, here's a teaser for the show for 2020.
I'm here for the audition.
You're going out there a youngster, but you've got to come back a star.
Some of you might be sitting there right now just about like this, like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that? Well, the good news is we're not Broadway performers, but it's also not something to be scared of. Tap dancing is a lot of fun, and you all are going to learn this skill together with me. Yes, this guy is going to go out and get some tap shoes and learn how to tap dance with you guys. Understanding we'll have different levels of skill with tap dancing. Some of you know how to tap dance already. It is obviously a big part of this show, but it should be really exciting for all of you that we're all going to learn this together. We're going to spend some time leading into the summer and the fall. I'm going to give you some online resources so you can start to learn on your own, and then we're going to bring in some outstanding teachers for you guys this fall so that even before we hit Christmas break, you guys will have some time together to learn the basics of tap dancing so that when we get into actually choreographing some numbers, you'll feel comfortable with it. Trust me, you really will. The exciting part of this show is there's some outstanding lead roles, there's some outstanding supporting roles. Everybody can get involved in this show, middle school and high school. That was one of the important pieces for us to consider, that we had some awesome middle schoolers involved in the show this past year. We wanted to keep that going. We'll be announcing a bunch of details about all of this to come. Just know that we are thrilled to be bringing 42nd Street to the Eden High School stage March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of 2020. Oh, one thing I should mention, and I feel like I should get this shirt for everybody. I wore this shirt for this announcement. You can't even see it unless I tilt this computer screen down. So musicals, because who doesn't want a world where everyone breaks out into song and dance? And that is 42nd Street.